Hey everybody, Harbor617 here with another Minecraft animation quick tip using Blender. It's been a little while since I've done some of these, and I actually decided to do about 3 of them all at once. I'm going to record 3 of these and they'll come out over the next few days. So the first one I'm going to go over is extruding with the BPS rig. This is a common question I see in our Discord. People asking how to extrude, and some people even go as far as saying you can't extrude, but I'm going to show you that you can. So let's jump right into it. But before I even go into showing you how to do the actual extrusions, one of the things I see every so often as well is what people really want is they have a skin that looks like this, and they just want it to look kind of like this, where it has those kind of extruded bits. This isn't actually extruding. All this is doing is just playing with the skin and utilizing the 2D layer that is in Minecraft to get the kind of 2D/3D hair. If this is what you want, if your skin looks like this and you want it to look like this, it has nothing to do with extruding at all. You just need to play with the skin file and move things onto the 3D layer. Anywho, as for doing the actual extrusions, I'm using MooTV's skin because it has a few things that I'll show you in a moment, and I'll also show you one of the shortfalls of extruding the BPS rig. Anywho, the first thing you want to do, select the thing, go into pose mode. Now they go down here and click pose mode, or just do the shortcut, Control Tab. In pose mode, we're going to slide the slider, which allows us to is the restrict select one. That allows us to select the actual mesh. And if we want to like, oh, let's extrude. So let's grab like the body, hit tab, we're in edit mode. We're going to grab a face, we're extruding. Oh wait, that time it actually worked. There we go. So what you'll notice is you get the flickering edges. And this is why most people seem to stop there and think that you can't extrude, but I'll show you how to fix that in a moment. Well, actually, I'll show you how to fix that right now, because that's what we're going to do. So let's grab the arm, and be careful not to grab the outer layers if that's not actually what you want to extrude. So I'm going to grab the inner. In fact, actually in this case, because there's nothing on the outer layer of this skin, you can honestly just delete these outer layers. In fact, I've been actually doing that a lot of times nowadays on my rigs. If I have a character who just doesn't have 3D layer, like Steve or Derp, just delete those. Like none of these have anything on the 3D layer, so we can delete all of these. Just saves a little bit of performance. Anywho, so now we're going to grab the thing, hit edit, and once again I'll show you that it has the same flickering problem. But if we split the screen in half by getting my mouse right on the edge, there it goes, it took a while. Split screen, change the left side to node editor. If you change the right side to node editor, you're wrong. No, I'm just kidding, you can do whatever side you want. But wait, node editor, not the node editor, the UV editor. If you change either side to the node editor, you're wrong. Anyway, and then if we're using the skin's called download because I just downloaded it. Your skin's probably not called download. But now if I hit tab, and we can see the faces down here. So again, the reason it's having the flickering is if I grab all these faces, you can see that they're all connected, and the edges are perfectly along the middle of the 2 pixels. So when I extrude, it doesn't know whether this edge should be brown or green, so it kind of becomes both. So the fix for that is, ideally, we'd like to be able to scale all of these faces like so, such that that actually fixes the problem. But then, unfortunately, you can't scale them all at once. If you want to just get scale one at a time, there actually is a little trick I found. If you select it, press Y, scale it down. But who wants to go around doing that on every single face? There's another way of doing it, and that's the way most people do, using these kind of stuff, is when we have everything selected, if we press Control E, go to, where's edge split? There it is, edge split. Now we just split all the edges. What that changed is now, let me show you actually what it looked like before. Beforehand, if we pulled one of these up, it like pulls the surrounding ones. But if we do our little edge split, now these little faces are actually separate. We can just kind of pull them out. And what that does is if we grab all the faces, under here we go to the pivot point, we're going to change it to individual origins. Now we can scale them all about the individual origins. I just give it a little small scale, it needs just something like that. Now that we've done that, now we can extrude, and we no longer get the flickering edges. So this is where you can just start going around, extrude however you want. I personally don't do much extrusions. They're nice for renders. I just find for stuff like animation, it's just a little more work than it's really worth. And also then if you extrude, then if nothing else is extruded, then that stuff starts looking weird. But you can go around and play with it, whatever style you want. You can grab different things. Again, I don't really extrude much, but you can see it's all working. If you had a nice extruded arm, sometimes it looks cool. Do the same thing over here. But let me show you the problem with the BPS rig and extruding. Is that if we, let me just move this for a second. If we go to edit on the head, we'll notice that the face doesn't have it set up to extrude. Like we can't, or we can, but I mean, it'd be like big weird strips. It doesn't have the normal thing. So you can't just take something on the hair and move it forward, but to counteract that, what you can always do is instead of extruding something like a beard forward, you can always put it on the overlay and then extrude it backwards, and that's what I usually do. So let's say if we want to make these goggles 3D, just put them on the overlay. Also, another tip, if you press C, you can kind of multi-select certain things using a little thing, and press C, or just right-click to get rid of it. We can take the goggles, extrude them, oh, me so stupid, me so not edge split yet. Edge split it, grab it, scale them all about their center. Now grab them again. So you're probably also, while I'm doing this, you're probably wondering, well, why are they not edge split to begin with? And the reason that it's not edge split by default is, of course, it just creates more edges, which just creates a slightly slower rig. So, you know, there's higher data that has to keep in memory and whatnot. So if you're not using the extrusions, you know, why make it slower when it doesn't need to be? But now we have a good example of 3D beard, 3D goggles. It's on the face. You could probably clean up, you know, I would move this underlayer stuff to the overlay, and you can get these nice extruded looks to the thing. And that's basically how to do the extrusions. You can do it on everything. I think I covered all the basic stuff. One final thing I'll show you is another cool little trick that you might not have known, is that there's another way if you just want to do the hair and you want to do it pretty quickly. There is one other way you can do that. And if you, let's do the same thing we did before, make it so we can select it, select the hair, and you see how it's already on the 3D layer, but it still has the 2D look. If we want to just quickly convert all that to a kind of 3D look, we select it, hit tab, grab all the faces, edge split, and then grab all the faces again. And you can actually still, it doesn't matter what's in the background here, because it doesn't matter. Scale them all down, and you'll see that that'll let us extrude stuff again. But now that we've done that, now that we scaled it all down, we edge split, if you go onto the hair layer, go to the modifiers, we're going to add a solidify. It basically does just what we want. It gives it a kind of solidness. We can thicken it. And then now we have like a nice 3D hair without doing hardly any work at all. So that's a very nice trick. If you like this style, that's a very easy way of doing that. Problem is you see some flickering, but the one of the creases, if you just do, I think it's one of these creases, outer, inner, rim, offset. Oh, it's the offset. If you give it just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of offset, you can get rid of that flickering, and that was a little flickering there. There's some ways to get rid of these, and what you can also even do is you can apply this if you're close to happy with it, and then you can edit it, go in there and move things around, whatnot, to kind of fix whatever little flickering issues you see. And again, this is something I still don't use, but you're totally welcome to. So that's it. Hope you learned something from this. I hope you, for those of you who've been wanting to extrude with the BPS rig, now you can. It's pretty good on renders, honestly. It allows a little more interesting lighting on the characters with rendering. If you want to make profile pictures, it's a cool little tip. So, hope you enjoyed, and I hope you enjoyed. And I hope you're looking forward to the next tutorials I have coming soon. Thanks for watching, and see you next video.